What's up guys, my name is Ace, and welcome back to The Breakdown. This is the series where I analyze subscriber gameplay to help you improve. In today's episode, we're going to be analyzing a sniper gameplay on the map Hunted from Beyer-316. Alright guys, so starting it off, as always, let's look at the class that he decided to use. So we've got a Locust with Suppressor, Rapid Fire, and Ballistic CPU. Those are all great attachments for the Locust. A lot of people would argue that Rapid Fire is not needed. And I would say it's not needed, but it does give you that 60 millisecond faster time between shots, so it is definitely helpful in some scenarios. For a secondary, he's got an RK5 with high caliber, also a great choice. And then for perks, we've got Flak Jacket, Fast Hands, and Dead Silence. And to be completely honest, for the way that he plays with the sniper rifle, this is pretty much a flawless class. There is nothing that I would change on this class based on his playstyle. If you were more of a defensive sniper that likes to sit in the common windows and stuff like that, in the common sniper areas, I would highly recommend putting on shock charges or trip mines or something along those lines just to kind of watch your back and give you that early indicator of someone rushing you. But in this gameplay, he plays as a more mobile role, and therefore those pieces of equipment aren't really going to be helping him nearly as much. So in that case, he can use that extra 2 points for the wild card and an extra attachment that works well for him. So getting into the gameplay here, I want to talk a little bit about his opening route. So he goes over to cap the A flag with his teammates, which is great. And then he just backs off and comes to this piece of cover overlooking the A flag area. And to me, this is completely wasting a potential opening route. And it doesn't really mesh with the rest of the gameplay I've seen from him, because he's relatively aggressive throughout the gameplay. But for this opening route, he decided to be super defensive. And with sniper rifles, one of their strengths, especially on opening routes, is you can usually get to a power position, and you can get pre-aimed on another power position, and you pick off a free kill at the beginning of every single round. Or at least a nearly free kill, as long as you can hit your shot. And he doesn't take advantage of this. For whatever reason, he decides to back off and just completely wastes his opening route. Next up right here, it's a pretty obvious mistake, just a really poor use of cover. He should have used the piece of cover that was right in front of him before running out into the open and then stopping and not even trying to evade that guy, because he knew that guy was coming and he just kind of stopped and tried to challenge instead of just trying to get out of there and get into a better situation for himself. Now on the respawn right here, I love that he uses this line of sight over towards the B flag. This is an excellent line of sight. It was in my maps exposed video as well. Great way to get a line of sight on the people on the B flag without exposing too much of yourself. It's very hard to see you there, so very good use of cover there. Right here though, again, I would have approached this situation completely differently. You see how far he's backed off away from the piece of cover that he has in front of him? Any enemy either on the B flag or in the window across the way can see his entire body, head to toe. If he would have pushed up and been closer to that building and that piece of cover that he has, now he's suddenly cutting off half of his body. He's basically cutting the target that he's exposing to the enemy in half. So always be aware of the cover that's available to you and don't forget to use it. Skipping ahead very slightly right here, I love how he approaches this situation. He pre-aims and he just strafes around the corner. He knows exactly where he needs to be aiming, so he knows the map well, and it's very likely a guy is going to be there, and he was able to pick off that very easy kill. Plus, he's got good awareness of his surroundings, and he's not afraid to swap to his pistol when enemies get on his flank or get up close to him. And he played that situation extremely well. Same thing goes in this situation right here. As he's coming around the corner, he's already being prepared to aim down sight, and that gets him set up nicely for this next gunfight. Moving on to the next situation, right up here, you can see that he kind of rushes his shots on this guy. And another thing I want you to pay attention to is he's not moving his feet at all. He's only aiming with his right analog stick at this point. And I find if you really want to make those tiny, precise changes to your aim, using your left analog stick to actually strafe side to side can help a lot with sniper rifles. So I feel like taking his time a little bit more on those shots, as well as using that left analog stick to help him make the really fine adjustments, it would have helped him out significantly in that situation. Skipping ahead a little bit, I just wanted to point out that he's great at swapping to his pistol when it's really needed. I see a lot of snipers that just feel like they can always use their sniper rifle in any scenario. And while sometimes you can get that quick scope off, it's not the most practical way to stay alive and get your kills. So if you're going into a building or something, don't be afraid to pull out your pistol. And you'll notice he swapped back when he realized he's going to take a longer range shot, took his shot, swapped back to his pistol as he was going into the building. And it just helps him stay alive much longer. It's one of his big strengths in this gameplay. Another thing I like about his gameplay is he's not afraid to pre-aim and a hard scope every now and then. Now, you might get those kids that'll message you after and call you a hard scoper or something. I don't see anything wrong with hard scoping someone. Not every single kill with a sniper rifle has to be a quick scope. And he handled that situation very well. He knew the guy was coming, he saw the boost on the minimap, So he just pre-aimed and picked the guy off as he ran into his sights. Very, very easy kill and a very effective way to take him out. Next up, I just want to mention something with the Sparrow that he doesn't seem to catch on to right here. He's got excellent accuracy with the Sparrow, but this smoke is now on the B flag and he's trying to pick this guy off through the smoke. Instead of just lobbing arrows through the smoke trying to directly hit the guy, all he had to do here was spam a couple arrows to land right in the middle of the B flag, which is very easy to hit, by the way, and it would have blown that guy up. Even if the guy would have had flak jacket, 2 arrows should have done it, should have been enough to kill that guy, and it would have saved his life as well as gotten him that extra kill in that scenario. Now, one more general thing that I really wanted to mention with his gameplay, it doesn't relate to any specific situation, but it's just the way that he moves around the map and approaches situations. He's always being unpredictable and he's always being mobile. You'll notice he doesn't always just go to the sniper window. Like, a lot of times when I see people snipe, they just go straight to the really common sniper window and they just do it over and over and over again. And they'll do that the entire game. This guy doesn't do that. He's constantly trying to find different angles. He's using different pieces of cover. He's being unpredictable. He picks off a kill, then he'll go to a different piece of cover. He's being a mobile sniper, and this is very important, especially if you're going for like bloodthirsty medals or something for camos, or if you just want to generally do better as a sniper and stay alive longer. Be unpredictable, use different pieces of cover, and try to avoid the really common sniper areas fairly often. I mean, I'm not saying you can never go to a sniper window, but just don't go there over and over and don't linger there all game. Next up, he got an excellent little flank here. I like how he's being aggressive with the sniper rifle. He's being careful but aggressive. And he gets on these 2 guys' flank. He hit a beautiful shot there, almost a collateral. And right here, I just noticed something that I do all the time, and it's kind of difficult with a controller on Black Ops 3 because there's no aim assist with sniper rifles. He's kind of drag scoping across their bodies, and he's overcompensating or undercompensating, shooting too early or shooting too late. It can be very difficult to get that timing down. And it's a habit that a lot of us have developed in previous COD games because we would take advantage of target assist, and it would slow down our aim as we dragged over them. That doesn't work anymore. So either practice at it a little bit or just be a little bit more patient with your shot like I said earlier, and instead of drag scoping across your target, just make sure you're on target and then pull the trigger. Skipping ahead again right here, I just wanted to point out a situation with tunnel vision. And that's what he gets on this guy here in this building. He's aiming at this doorway, he's got no cover right now, that's a big thing. He's not using any cover and he's just pre-aiming, waiting for this guy to come out. That guy has options, and that guy actually flanked around. It was either that guy or he had a teammate. Either way, Beyer had tunnel vision here, and that got him killed. Instead, he should have been a little bit more aware of his surroundings and realized that he was standing right out in the open, and anybody could pick him off very easily there, and he should have found a different way to approach that. So there we have it. That's going to wrap it up for today's episode of The Breakdown. The biggest piece of advice I could give for this person is have a little bit more patience with your shot. Your movement around the map and stuff is generally very, very good. And you are hitting shots quite well, but there's several shots that you're missing because you're rushing yourself a bit too much. Also, don't be afraid to use that left analog stick to help you aim a little bit better. So if you guys would like to have a gameplay analyzed for a future episode of this series, all you have to do is send a link to an unlisted YouTube video that's at least 720p in quality with no commentary or music over it, just raw gameplay. Send that to the email address that's in the description below, and I will have a look at it, and I just may use it in a future episode. Keep in mind, I do get a ton of submissions, so I can't make any promises, but I will definitely eventually get to it and have a look at it. If you enjoyed the video, a like rating is always appreciated, and don't forget to subscribe for more if you haven't already. I'll talk to you guys next time.